अरे पैसा दिया था कि चला गया। ड्राइवर है, पता नहीं कहाँ चल गया सब। सारा लड़की भाग गया। बस बस सही है ना यार बस परफेक्ट इसको चिपकाएंगे दिल से ये रेड कलर तो इसका वो खराब कर देगा
हाथ कराइए हाँ
I came last week.
1700 size platter, 90 ton, new town. मेरा को बहुत सस्ता मिला ये बुक 6 years back.
हमने भी 5 साल पहले
अभी उसका resale value बहुत है because it's just right next to the city center too.
Albert Einstein has aptly said, "The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of life."
Ladies and gentlemen, with this in mind, we welcome you all. Expression of our quest for the infinite.
Anwesha', the brainchild of the students of IIT Patna, was born out of the students from all the colleges across the country.
The desire has now turned into frenzy, and here we are.
I now request the General Secretary Harshavardhan and the
Ladies and gentlemen, our Chief Guest, Honorable Bhushan Dr. G. Madhavan Nair, and our Honorable Director, Professor Anil K. Bhaume. On the other side of darkness, there shines a light. A light that illuminates, a glow that we all can emulate. A light to end all sorrow, a light for the new tomorrow.
Astoma Sadgamaya.
Lead me from the unreal to the real. Lead me from darkness to...
It is said, in prayer, it is better to have a heart without words than words without...
here to have Dr. G. Madhavan Nair here to inaugurate Anwesha 11. Anwesha represents the combined efforts of our students, our faculties, and also all of our well-wishers. Anwesha tends to bring out the hidden skills of our students, be it debating capabilities, technological imagination, and many other skills. Many technocrats are coming to interact with the students this year. Students from all over the nation are coming to take part in various competitions that are going to take place in Anwesha 11. This year, we have also students from different schools of Patna participating in our events. But do remember, this is just the second time we are conducting Anwesha. Anwesha will grow with time, and as IIT Patna grows. We will strive to take Anwesha to such heights that the very sound of the word Anwesha will give energy and enthusiasm to young minds all over the world. All of the students who have come here are advised to cooperate with the volunteers and the security personnel, as it is required to conduct the event smoothly as possible. I hope you all spend a great time here at IIT Patna. I conclude this by extending a hearty and warm welcome to all the participants of Anwesha 11 on behalf of the IIT Patna family.
Chairman Board of Governors, Indian Institute of Technology, Patna, Mr. Harshavardhan, General Secretary Students, Gymkhana, my dear colleagues, dear students from this institute and students from other institute, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you to Anwesha 11. In fact, when we were planning this event, I was not expecting that this will be so gorgeous. In fact, this canopy and pandal is really good, which I did not expect. And I thank the students for organizing all this by themselves. Many of you don't know probably that the whole event not only has been planned by the students, but the students also has raised money for this event. And there are many sponsors for this event, and I would like to thank all the sponsors to help our students to organize this event, and also to make sure that their ideas get materialized without much hindrance and problems. IIT Patna is very small, but it seems that the students are very ambitious and the planning is like larger IITs. In fact, I come from a very large IIT, and when cultural and all these activities started, it was quite after the institute was started. But our institute was started in 2008, and we started this program from last year. So you can see that how we are filling the gap, and you can see the rate of progress of this institute. I'm very happy to say that we have right now about 52 dynamic faculty members, because of which the students are getting momentum to organize many events like this. And also we have right now about 370 students, and there are many laboratories which are developed during the last 2 years, 2.5 years, which make them at par with any large institutes, large IITs in India. However, we should not be self-contented. In fact, I'm happy that this event comprises of two different things. One is the technical event, another is the cultural event, and you will find that a lot of people are coming here for this occasion to talk about cultural, to talk about technical things, and also there are many performance on the cultural side as well. It is very good that they mix up technical and cultural. It's also not reflected here from the name itself that the students are also showing their management capabilities. So it's really technical come cultural come management program. However, there are a few things which I would like to mention. as head of this institute, as director of this institute in fact, that only organizing the programs will not help the country, dear students. Okay. For example, I have a list which I downloaded from the internet only today, and let's see how much we have contributed as an engineer. And you will find it's not much really. For example, in the hardware industry, if you look at the developments, you will find eSYST low-cost PC, you will see compact BC7800, you will see Smart Style from Genet and many others. You will see mobile phones, Nokia 6600i, this is just unleashed in India only very recently, or Sony Ericsson, for example C902, this just invented very recently. You have Apple, for example, iPhone, it's very costliest in India, this has been developed only recently. You have laptops, for example. In India it has come, HP launches, they say, EliteBook 2730P. You have the digital cameras. All of you are using digital cameras. For example, the latest one is EXZ3000. There are many others. In fact, I can keep on saying from the list. But the thing is, we have to ask a question, how much we have developed ourselves from this list? How much as an engineer we have really contributed? And if you introspect, you will find that our contribution to the latest generation will have to be further improved. We have, of course, organizations like ISRO. We have also organizations like DRDO who are developing things based on indigenous technology, but we have to do much more. So only organizing festival will not help this institute to be at number one in Indian scenario or in international scenario. We have to develop a lot of gadgets, we have to develop a lot of innovative ideas, we have to be an entrepreneur, we have to make sure that the products are developed in-house, we have to make sure that ideas are developed in-house which people in India should use and should develop. So this is the objective I would like you to keep in mind because you are organizing a nice function, but you have to also make sure that through your group effort we develop technologies which are really interesting to Indian poor people, to Indian people as such. With this very few words, I'd like to thank again our dear students for organizing these events out of their very busiest schedule, because our teaching faculties are mostly assistant professors here, and many of them, for many of them this is the first job, so many of them I know are very serious. They keep the students work very hard, and out of this busiest schedule the students could organize such important and interesting events, and for that I think I must congratulate the students. And also along with your this kind of activity, you should keep up the academic activities under the guidance of your teachers. It's very important for all of us, and make sure that IIT Patna makes a name not only in Bihar but also in the eastern region, but also in India, and then transcend beyond boundaries of India and go overseas. With these few words, I'd like to thank again the students' body to organize this function and for giving me an opportunity to be here and to be proud of the students and faculties of this institute. Thank you very much.
IIT Patna, Shri Harshavardhan, General Secretary, Students Affairs and Ghana, distinguished members of the faculty, dear students of the IIT Patna and nearby institutions, a very good afternoon to all of you. It's indeed my proud privilege to be here with you this afternoon in inaugurating this Anwesha 2011. In fact, it's a fantastic idea, and in fact the way the students have put together their talents and their imagination to make this event a grand success is remarkable. I must compliment all those members who are involved in organizing this event. First of all, it's a right mix of technology and the cultural programs, and gives an opportunity for students to express themselves in various ways, and also mingling among the neighboring institutions, sharing their experience, their problems, and then how you can contribute to the society. All this goes well with the type of education which you derive in an IIT environment. Of course, it's heartening to note that Dr. Bhaumik and his team has taken a lot of initiative in developing this temporary campus as well as the new campus which is coming up nearby, and with the support of the state government. The state government also is offering wide, very committed support for the program, and I'm sure soon, maybe within 2 years, we will have a beautiful campus for the IIT students. Of course, by the time at least 2 batches would have passed out, but still the new generation will have an opportunity to groom themselves in the fantastic campus which is yet to come up. Well, it's in fact this place itself is a classic example. I think maybe about 3 months back when I came here, it was almost a Mashi Islam place. It's the determination of the registrar and the director that made it happen. So the whole place is leveled up, and it is going to provide a good playground for the student activities and even activities like this. So I must compliment the IIT management for this excellent work being done here, and I'm sure with this type of enthusiasm and commitment we can achieve many things in the days to come. Well, Professor Bhaumik has highlighted about the innovations which is taking place in the field of electronics and how it is changing the way the appliances which are helping us are changing dramatically, climbing upward with modern features and user-friendly software and much more reliable hardware and so on. In this, yes, directly the Indian students may not be involved, but at the same time I can see a large number of Indian population who have migrated to outside, who have contributed right from the development of the chip onwards to the software and so on. So that way we have contributed in the global development. But still the challenge is how such development can take place in our country, in our soil. So this is something which we have to really look at seriously. See, in fact, IITs are mocked upon saying that it is an export-oriented institution. Almost all the students who pass out are either going to US or Europe, and they are contributing to the development of already developed countries. Perhaps that is where a change is essential, and we have to work towards achieving this change as quickly as possible. Our talents are well proven in many fields. In fact, other day in the Science Congress, our Prime Minister himself has commented that others are exploiting the talents of Indian scientists and technologists, and they are being taken away for the economic benefits of developed countries. Perhaps the time has come that we have to channelize all these efforts for development of our country. Yes, on the one side, there are various high-end development which is taking place, whether it is in the electronics, automobiles, the flight system, the flying machines, or the rockets, or the satellites, and so on. We have made impact really in areas where there was a technology denial. You know pretty well that the rocket technology is, because of its potential for dual use, is not liked by many of the developed countries. They look at us with envy when we make a launch of any kind. So there, the technology denials has helped us in working in a concerted manner so that we have technologies today in par with the global players. Our rocket systems are as good as what is being developed or what is being used by others. Our satellites are world class. In fact, some of the European countries have already ordered satellites to be manufactured here in India for their purposes. So like that, if you set your goal right, and if you put your efforts in the right direction, definitely we can achieve the technologies what are world class. So certainly this proof is already existing either by our people who are working abroad or our scientists who are working in various laboratories in the country itself. But what we have to now look for is something quite different. We have to come out with ideas and innovative solutions which can benefit the people in our country. The nature of the problems which is confronting the Indian community are quite different. It's not that we would like to have a better washing machine or better air conditioning system, but the first starts with how to provide a better quality water for drinking to the poor villages, how to have energy security, how to have the food security, how to ensure the healthcare system is adequate. So like that, if you look around, there are a number of challenging problems with us. We cannot import the type of knowledge or experience what developed countries are having. They are basically based on a commercial model where most of them are profit oriented. They carry out certain tasks with the ultimate motive of making riches and also contributing to the well-being of the human being and reducing the workload of the people and so on. But here it is not like that. In our country we have to start from scratch and meet the needs of basic needs for living. Nearly 30% of our population, amounting to nearly 300 million people, are in the villages. You go around, even Patna, you would see the type of struggle which they are having for the day-to-day life. The collecting cow dung and drying it up for burning as a fuel, then going miles and miles to fetch a pot of water, and then of course in the weather extremes, when the winter comes, they have practically no good shelter with insulation or heating provision, and when the summer comes, it's equally bad. It's almost like an oven for them to live in. So if you look at these areas, what can we do? What are the type of solutions possible with our own ideas? Well, let's take one example of energy security itself. Here, nearly 9 months in a year, there's a good sunlight. How to tap this? Yes, there are proven ways. You can put a photovoltaic system and generate electricity, and that can be used. But when the dark time, when the lighting is required, the sun is not there. So you have to have a storage system which are batteries, and they are consumables, they're pretty expensive, and you have to replace once in 4 or 5 years and so on. So can we think of something which doesn't call for such expensive system, starting from the photovoltaic cell down to the battery which is required for converting electricity for practical application? Of course, one thing is solar thermal system, by which you generate the steam and use the steam for running a turbine. Again, it runs only for whenever the power is there. The solar illumination is there. But can we think of the next step? Can we think of going towards splitting water with the sun's energy, either by solar concentrators which can produce fairly high temperatures. At those temperatures, a catalytic decomposition of water is possible. The moment you split water, you get oxygen and hydrogen, you store in separate cylinders, and that becomes your energy source. It can be used for cooking, or it can be used for running your vehicles, it can be used for running a generator for electricity, or even in fuel cells, one can convert it to electricity and so on. So the whole series of development, starting from the solar concentrator onwards up to the fuel cell, there is a scope for development. Yes, there is some work being done in Western countries and other places, but there again, because of their economic structure, these are very, very expensive. Is it possible to go for innovative ideas by which one can generate such things locally and in a cost-effective manner, so it can illuminate every village and provide electricity in every location? So this is the type of issue one can look at. Look at the drinking water issue. You know that yes, some places you go deep maybe about 100 feet or 200 feet down, there is underground water is there. But unfortunately, that water is not potable because it is saturated with salts and sometimes very deadly chemicals. So how to evolve a purifier which will again suit our conditions? I know that some of our national laboratories have developed reverse osmosis process for water purification and so on. But again, the final membrane which is required for that has to come from somewhere else. So here, what one has to look for is an end-to-end solution. Right from every element which gets into a process, we should be able to do ourselves. We should be able to generate in our economic conditions so that it becomes usable. Again, in one of the experiments which is conducted by one laboratory, the electricity is being used for boiling the water, then condense it, and that condensed water become potable. Separate all the salts and so on. But you are spending a lot of energy for heating the water and producing steam. So is there a way of recovering at least part of this energy, the steam which is available at a higher temperature and higher pressures, whether it can be used for running a turbine so that the energy recovery takes place through that. So that can be one way of solving the drinking water problem. Again, that can be it may not be an electrical route, it can be a solar route by which the solar heaters themselves will generate the steam, and that steam can be condensed to get the pure water and so on. So this, how to engineer these type of ideas into a practical product. So it's called for a multidisciplinary interaction. You require the chemists, you require the physicists, you require the engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, system engineers. All these people have to sit together and conceive something so that they can come out with a workable solution. And once you make a model, then naturally you know how it can be industrialized, how it can be taken for a mass production setup. That question also could be addressed. So this is a type of challenges I would urge each one of you to look for. Yes, on one side there is a thrill of getting into the software. Again, the software development, you have to go in a slightly different path. Today the entire concept is to buy and bolt. You get some ready-made packages from outside, and those packages are customized for various users, and we are only running the software, getting some results, and that results are looked one way or other for final solutions, analyzing and then converging on solutions. But that's not the end of it. I think each one of you should be able to start from the physical phenomena, write the basic equations, and convert them into the software which you have to use. So this is really where the challenge lies. Now that means you should have a very basic knowledge in the basic science, either physics, chemistry or biology, and mathematics. This combined together, you can become extremely good modelers. In fact, I can tell my example, again because of the embargo, we didn't get what is called a flow solver, which is required for the aerodynamic flow around the rocket engines, or the combustion products, how they get expanded through the nozzle and so on. So these were propriety of some of the foreign companies. So our boys in ISRO have really wetted their hands. They come out a finite element model which can tackle this situation. Yes, when the chemical reaction is not involved, it is only the pure gases, yes, that solution works. But further development as to how to take care of the combustion and how to, in a varying range of combustion which is taking place over the rocket engine, how it can be made. These are next generation challenges which lies ahead of us. So this is one area where definitely we can further contribute. Then comes in the electronics. Yes, unfortunately, we have not invested much in the design and development of electronic devices. Maybe because of the various reasons in the country, the thrust was not there. And again, unless it is mass produced, you cannot get the advantage of economic scales and the type of prices which you are enjoying today. In fact, our consumption of electronic devices is hardly about 6 to 10% of the global market. But still, in terms of number, it is quite large. So it's one area where one can really think of working and then coming out with solutions. I can tell you there is a, the semiconductor complex which was there in Chandigarh. Some time back it burned off. and then later it was revived. But that was having a technology which is 15 years old. But now today the government has invested in that facility, and we are going to have something like 0.18 micron technology, which is almost state of the art today. Of course, people go to right up to the 50 or 80 nanometers, but still that may not be required for most of the application. So once the design channels are available with us, and once you know the type of process which is required for handling the basic silicon material, this foundry can be made use of for many practical solutions. The type of implantable chips which you need for the human body, whether it is to overcome the hearing deficiency or the sight deficiency or the movement of the limbs, etc. These are some of the innovative area where you can combine the knowledge in medical science with the type of electronics knowledge what you are having, and then evolve a system which is really going to help. So if you look around, I am sure at least 1 million such problems you can identify, and that's the opportunity for you to wet your hands and come out with the right type of solutions. Once we create such a generation, our country's future is going to be great. It's not only we are going to become the technology hub for the whole world, but also we are going to provide products and services like this Sony Ericsson or Apple or who we talk about world leaders today. I think at least about a dozen such establishment can take place in this country. There, you know, what is required is broad mind, your ability to observe the things which are happening around you, your analytical capability, and then converging on solutions which are practicable, and then of course your willingness to work hard to achieve the results in a time-tight manner. Quite often when we talk about the fundamental research, etc., the time target for those things are vague. And that way, you know, sometimes by the time we fructify with our ideas, the world would have moved forward further. So we have to see that any such projects when we undertake, we carry out in a time-tight manner with full dedication and conviction. Your dreams, your vision, and coupled with a committed approach to problem solving, that will take you further on. So sure, I'm really happy that the student community has done the job by themselves. They have really did everything right from the funding to the organization and also arranging the programs, etc., in a professional manner. That shows the organizing capability of the student community, and this again could be exploited to bring in new entrepreneurship in the coming years for the whole country. So I wish all success for this IIT Patna's this Anwesha', okay, I missed the word. I wish all success for the Anwesha' program, and yes, your quest for knowledge and technology that will take you forward. Thank you.
Dream, dream, dream. Dreams turn into thoughts, and thoughts turn into actions.
And as you illicitly outlined, sir, keeping in mind the multifarious problems faced by India today, we'd like to add a new definition to IIT: innovative ideas for technology. So now, may I please request you to declare Anwesha' 2011 open.
Technologies with innovation only can lead the country forward, and wish you good success.
Thank you, sir. 2010 to propose the vote of thanks.
Regard for all the dignitaries, our chairman, Dr. G. Madhavan Nair, our director, Professor Anil K. Bhaume, Sri Jeevan Das Narayan, Chief General Manager, State Bank of India. I thank them all for taking time out of the busy schedule to attend this inaugural ceremony. I also take this opportunity to thank who have supported Anwesha'11 ceaselessly: the students, the faculty, the staff, and the supporting staff, and many others. I would like to extend heartfelt thanks from Team Anwesha' to all the sponsors: Reliance, the primary sponsor. A major sponsor includes SBI, WeatherTech, HCL, Canara Bank, Indian Bank, Central Bank, MS Engineering Works, Sudha, Godrej, Punjab National Bank, CSE Labs. Our media partners: Radio Mirchi, Dainik Jagran, INEX. And special thanks to Reserve Bank of India for promoting financial awareness among the student community. Thank you all once again. Thank you.
Get ready for 3 days of exhilarating and mind-boggling action. Anwesha'11 is here to gauge not only your intelligence quotient, but also your quest quotient. And as we IHAs like to put it,
Debug your kernels,
amplify your nerve impulses,
wrench out your brains.
and gear up for Anwesha'11.
Thank you one and all for being here with us for this inaugural function. We hope you have a fun-filled Friday ahead.
And as for our fellow IITians, Jai Mata Di, let's rock!
Actually, only the